Have you thought about the current debate between sanctuary cities and the federal government? Have you heard the uproar over federal block grants and the government withholding them from sanctuary cities? Have you thought about it away from talking heads on TV or tweets from celebrities or from the fearful messages from politicians? Could there be a third possible message, an answer, away from the two that are constantly argued over but are never settled? I'm Eric Alexander, and I'm a voter like you. Like you, I've listened to years to politicians debate immigration yet accomplish nothing. Recently, cities and states have responded to illegal immigration by forming sanctuary cities. In response, the federal government, through the DOJ, announced that they would cut funding of law enforcement block grants. Laura Meckler writes in Wall Street Journal, jurisdictions that do not cooperate with the federal agents could lose funding from the Burns JAG grants. And, according to Rihanna Blott, who reviewed the Supreme Court case Arizona versus the United States, the federal government has all authority to establish a uniform rule of naturalization, according to the Supreme Court. Our country's future depends on both parties ceasing this conflict, agreeing to current laws, and reconstructing the immigration system to fairly represent the ideals of our society. Since we have heard the arguments for the federal government, let's examine the counter-arguments. Many cities say these cities will help the illegals, and if they interfere and enforce the laws, they might break up families. They also say there could be a backlash, that the legal immigration community won't cooperate with the city, states, and other localities. These appeals to your emotions prohibit the proper attitude when thinking about this complicated problem. A paper in Frontiers on Pediatrics by Dr. Lerner states the sanctuary cities conflict is compromising a child's fundamental right to safety. She states that the fundamental rhetoric that is involved with the discussions around sanctuary cities and immigration is the cause for this. Excuse me. Localities, of course, are affected to these illegal immigrants. According to Bob Davis in Illegal Immigration, A Thorny Economics, he concluded that Arizona's GDP shrank by 2% after Arizona passed their controversial illegal immigration reform bill. This extended debate with no results further complicates the issue and deepens the divide between the entrenched political parties. The unfortunate event in this takes place that the populace has no idea or plan to back, only a partisan argument to perpetuate. Let's look at a solution and see how it might truly form and evolve. The states and the federal government must publicly cooperate. They can do this in a promise to construct legislation to revamp the ineffective bureaucracy. Both parties could publicly debate the solution with transparency. Public support for the initiative could increase with full disclosure of the bill before finalization. Until then, current laws and statutes need to be enforced. As John Eastman wrote in Papers, Please, during this age of austerity and rising illegal immigration, states and others should be allowed to innovate free from DOJ prosecution and lawsuits. I would call on each of you to start this process by calling your representative or senators. Tell them you are tired of the conflict and want real results. They represent this country and our values. They are our employees, after all. Grassroots lobbying says if you do not share your views with your representative, then your views will not be considered when he votes. And Steve in Camarada tells us ignorance of the laws and amnesty to illegals will only have a significant long-term cost to taxpayers. I close by saying, I came from an intelligent immigrant family, and I'm proud to be an American. I believe in my fellow Americans, and I believe it's time for sanctuary cities to work with the government, make new laws, and make them work for everyone. Immigration made America great, Safe, smart, legal immigration will keep us secure, prosperous, and culturally rich.